first topic for the Breer Report will relate back to that. Want everybody to go and check out on the mmqb.com my midseason awards. I do my awards a little differently. These aren't my feelings, my opinions. These are voted on by executives, guys who are paid to assess other teams, other players across the NFL, your general managers, your assistant general managers, your pro scouting directors. I put together over the last 24 hours or so a panel of 20 of those people to vote on the different awards. And one of the real surprises for me was how Lamar Jackson really ran away with the most valuable player vote. I thought he'd be a contender for MVP. I thought he'd be right there with guys like Josh Allen and Jared Goff. What I didn't anticipate is that he would completely run away with it. And that's really what happened. He had 12 votes of the 20 for MVP. The next guy on the list, I believe, was at 4.5. It was a bludgeoning, reflective of what Lamar Jackson has done to his opponents this year. And I think what we saw last night was, again, his value to the Ravens. And, it starts with where they came into this year. They were turning over 60% of their offensive line. The defense was going through a lot of transition. Patrick Queen is gone. They bring in, or they elevate Trenton Simpson to replace him. Zach Orr is replacing Mike McDonald as the defensive coordinator. They've had some issues in transitioning in certain areas on that side of the ball. So with all the change in the offensive line, all the change in the defense, there have been a lot of spots this year where Lamar Jackson has had to be Superman, and he's responded by being Superman. And it's happened twice now against, perhaps the second or third best team in the AFC over the last 5 years, the Cincinnati Bengals. They have gone toe-to-toe with the Bengals in shootouts now twice this year. And in both cases, Lamar Jackson has been the best player on the field. And I think what's so interesting about where he is that he's doing it in different ways than he used to. What we're seeing from Lamar Jackson right now is a guy who's capable of winning even when he's not running the ball. We saw it on Sunday, in the Ravens win and how they were able to win without Lamar using his legs much at all. He had a perfect passer rating and less than 5 yards rushing. I don't think you would have seen that 3 or 4 years ago, yet there it was, perfect passer rating and a win, and he barely runs the ball at all. And while his legs were a factor in this one against the Bengals, he threw touchdown passes to 4 different guys, to Rashad Bateman, to Tylan Wallace, to Mark Andrews, and to Nelson Aguilar. Remember, none of those names. There's not an Isaiah Likely or Zay Flowers. Those guys have been his favorite targets. It's his ability to spread the ball around 9 different receivers. It's his ability to manipulate the defense. It's his ability to lead. What people in Baltimore would tell you is just as a teammate, as a leader, he's come a long way and he's really embraced being the tone setter in that organization this year in particular. And it's showing in every different way. He's buying the defense time to work through its lumps. He's bought the offensive line time to work through some of its issues. And I think what you're going to see now is an increasingly dangerous team. I think Lamar's going to maintain this level. And I think other areas of that team are going to continue to get better. The offensive line should continue to improve. The defense should continue to improve. Again, check out for more on it, you can check out my midseason awards on the mmqb.com. And again, the overwhelming way in which the executives that were involved in this voted for Lamar Jackson, I think is reflective of the respect Lamar Jackson has in the NFL, and certainly reflective of the way that he played last night against the Bengals.